Hey everyone, this is Rick from rickswrestlingblog.com. Hey, I want to talk to you a little bit about Monday Night Raw that just happened right after the pay-per-view. The WWE just finished the Hell in the Cell pay-per-view, which was actually a very good pay-per-view. And normally when you go into your Monday Night Raw, you have to have a good one. And you're normally not disappointed with the Monday Night Raws right after a pay-per-view. And for several reasons, they have to start setting up the next pay-per-view to get those buy rates up. But I'll tell you what, this was a Monday Night Raw that I thought was a pretty unforgettable one. I thought from the beginning to the end of the show, it was a really good show. So I want to talk a little bit about that, okay? So and this is important because they're setting up Survivor Series. So the show starts off with Sandow, John Cena. John Cena's out there in the ring. He's talking to the fans about, he won the match and this and that. But what's important here is that Sandow comes out and is threatening to turn in that briefcase and go for that title. And all of a sudden, he starts hitting Cena with that thing and turns it in, and they have a match. And let me tell you something, though. It's very rare that I find a John Cena match to be an awesome match. Okay, I don't know that I've seen one yet so far. But I'll tell you what. This was a great match. It really was. It went back and forth, back and forth. Cena's in a lot of pain with that arm. You really kind of thought that Sandow was going to take the title. You know what? At the end of the day, Cena won. He took it to Sandow. He beat him. And now you have, for the second time in WWE history, where a Money in the Bank was cashed in, but the person did not walk away with the title. So, hey, props to Sandow. He gave a good match, gave a really good effort. But it turns out that Cena retained his title, and I'm happy about that because honestly, I really thought that Sandow was going to be your next champion. If I was a betting man, I would have betted on Sandow because I just think it's his turn. All right. All right, you've got Dean Ambrose, you got Biggie Langston. They come out, and this is an okay match, but of course, everybody's getting involved. Here comes the Shield, and then the Usos come out. They jump in, and before you know it, it's converted into a 6-man. So it turns out to be a pretty good match at that point. The Shield wins. They come out on top, and that's good because lately the Shield's been losing a few matches there, and you really want to keep them at the very top. These guys are great. They're your best heels, really. You got him, you got them, you've got Orton. There's just certain ones that are just some tremendous heels, and you really want to keep them there. Next thing that happens, Shawn Michaels comes out. He wants to explain what's going on with Daniel Bryan, with what he did to Daniel Bryan, and this. I was curious about this because why are they really going to pull this kind of angle unless Shawn Michaels intends to come back to wrestle? Because here we go that Michaels is trying to apologize, but Daniel Bryan won't accept it. Daniel Bryan gets him in an armbar there, and it turns out that he starts tapping, but why bother doing that unless you're gonna set up a Daniel Bryan Shawn Michaels match? And I don't see Shawn Michaels coming out of retirement to fight Daniel Bryan. And if it does happen, I would think they're gonna want to save that for WrestleMania. So we'll have to see what happens there. But I don't know. It was a pretty good segment though. I really enjoyed that. Interesting thing. A little while later, they show the Wyatt family attacking Daniel Bryan in the back. So I'm thinking, okay, that's pretty interesting. The Wyatt family just attacks Daniel Bryan. Last week they attacked The Miz. And okay, so are they going to be taking this into Daniel Bryan versus the Wyatt family type of thing? Because they do need to end this Orton-Daniel Bryan feud. That has to end. Tired of it. I mean, we're just tired of it already. I mean, great matches, but we don't need to see it for the 4th pay-per-view in a row. Anyway, the Bellas come out, they wrestle, and the ladies tag team, but that match doesn't really matter or anything. Cody Rhodes and Goldust non-title match against the Real Americans actually turned out to be a pretty good match. The Real Americans won that match, so obviously it's setting up a tag team title match between the two. And I tell you what, Cody Rhodes and Goldust, I don't know how long they're gonna hold it because I'm expecting that sooner or later they're gonna turn the brothers against each other, and I mean maybe they'll save something like that for WrestleMania. I don't know, but we'll see how that goes. But this was pretty interesting because it kind of looks like they've ended the the Rhodes brothers battles with the Shield. At least for now, it looks like it's ended, and it looks like it's going to start up with the Real Americans, and they're going to start defending these titles, and that's a good thing because I'm really excited about the Real Americans. I think that they are actually a very good team. I don't think they get as much credit, and I've always been a Cesaro fan because that guy's solid. The guy is he may not be the most entertaining, but the guy can wrestle. The guy can put on a show, and I really like that. And now he's got that Cesaro spin, and that uppercut elbow has always been that uppercut forearm has always been a great thing to see when he pushes them in the air and hits them with it. So anyway, kind of excited about that. Let's see. We see Kane coming out and he just destroys Miz. But then what's interesting is that then Kane calls out Stephanie McMahon. And he pretty much says, "I'm yours." Pretty much saying, hey, whatever you need me to do, I'm yours. So he says that the monster is back. Which, honestly is a good thing because it's probably better that he turned heel than keep him as a good guy. I don't see how much he's really going to do as a good guy. But as a heel, he's probably going to cause some pretty good damage. So we'll see what happens there. CM Punk Ryback. Don't really know why they had this match again. We just finished watching it yesterday. But hey, it turns out that it was a decent match. But it was a pretty quick match. And it was street fight rules. And CM Punk wins. But where do you go from here? Well, guess what? Here comes the Wyatt family again. They come and they attack CM Punk. And then CM Punk, does fight back a little bit. But for the most part, he gets beat down. And then I'm thinking, okay, hang on a second. What are they doing with the Wyatt family here? Is it going to be against Bryan? Or are they going to be against Punk? Whatever happened to the Miz thing? And, I don't know. So, at the end of this, I'm left a little bit confused as to what the WWE's plan is for the Wyatt family. It's great. They attack Bryan, they attack Punk because they're attacking the top level guys. And that I like because, you're to be attacking Miz, to be attacking Kofi. Come on, guys. We were excited when you got here, but it's been a while and you haven't done anything. So I don't care if you beat up Kofi or R-Truth or even the Miz. But now that you jumped Daniel Bryan, now that you jumped CM Punk, now we're talking. Now it's something that I'm interested in. And that's what I want to see is where you could go from here because I don't see Bryan and CM Punk teaming together to go against the Wyatt family, but you never know. I don't know. So let's see what happens. Finally, the end of the night, Randy Orton's celebration. All the wrestlers are at on the edge of the stage there, and as Triple H and Stephanie come on out, here comes Randy Orton, and it's a good segment so far. Here comes Big Show, and this turned out really great. Of course, the Shield jumped on him, but then here come the Usos and here come the Rhodes brothers, and they jump all over the Shield. So here comes Big Show gets into the ring. He tries to chase after Triple H and Stephanie. He eventually ends up knocking out Randy Orton, and then it's just him and Triple H kind of staring each other down, and of course Triple H not wanting to get into that ring, but at the end then Triple H leaves and Triple H is in the ring and he's just mad and Orton is there just barely getting up. They're kind of like in shock, but that's great. So now I wonder, okay, so is the new storyline then because Big Show, they're gonna find a way to get him back into the ring. So is it that Big Show will go after Randy Orton for the title? We've seen this before in the past. Of course, it's got a totally different spin on it now. So now it makes it more exciting. But will it be Big Show with Orton? Or are they building something up so that it's the Big Show and Triple H that will eventually go down? And if it is those two, will it be going down now? Or are they going to save something like that for WrestleMania? Triple H doesn't wrestle too much. So when he does wrestle, it's going to be one of those high caliber matches. So I'm thinking WrestleMania, but who really knows? Overall, the Monday Night Raw was really one of the best ones I've seen all year. I give them props. I think from beginning to the end, they had some great stuff in there, setting up a lot of stuff, and yet leaving us a little perplexed about other things, for example, the Wyatt family. But I'm excited about what's going to be coming up. I'm excited how they build this up for Survivor Series. So I'm looking forward to that, and I hope you are too. All right. Hey, thanks a lot, and please subscribe. Okay? Thanks. Bye.